Alright, we'll move on with the story. Incredibly disappointed we don't find the cat. We'll probably save our life some other time. Vaughn and Sori seem to be engaged in quite a spirited conversation. This might be the only chance I have to ask about the authenticity of the courtesan killer's letter published in the London Journal. My address is on the card, whether it be peculiar or mundane. Write to me about anything. I keep my sources anonymous, that is a promise. Clean flourish as she passes over her visiting card. It might be perceived as an innocuous hand gesture, meant only to invigor the conversation. I may want to sleep on it first. Sleep with the card under your pillow if it helps. Drop by the office anytime you like. Oh, can I help you with anything, Clara? I didn't mean to interrupt. Perish the thought, Miss Reed. I'm sure that your good concierge here agrees that I've distracted her enough. Suppose there are a few telegrams that I need to transcribe. By the way, thank you for marking that window for me the other day. Dr. Wainwright proved highly cooperative when I cornered him. You should have seen the look on his face. Guess the interview went rather swimmingly. Let's chat with Ivana. What brings you to the Bell Jar Hotel? Apart from the exceptional customer service, logs. Logs? Flipping through pages and pages of guest book logs, which can be terribly dull, but one can glean a thing or two. I miss Cecilia Alder. She moves to the quilled pen at the guest book, the counter where I practiced the signature of my pseudonym during my stay. I do appreciate you adhering to the botanical theme. Per your surname. You figure it out, then I best change it. There's truly no need. The nature of my profession has simply attuned my nose to these types of things. I was searching for a particular alias and stumbled upon yours. Not sure how I feel about this. Clara? I swear on my life, this discovery is merely incidental, and I shan't tell a soul. What was the name of the alias you were searching for? Sorry, you know I can't risk the identity of my sources. It'd be just my luck that you're a deft hand at deciphering aliases as well. Keep chatting. It's going well. She must be a fan of small talk, not tack. I'm beginning to form an idea of how you acquire your sources. Concierges, washerwomen, and florists are the oracles of Delphi in our modern age. Getting on their good side ensures I'll know all the local scuttlebutt for years to come. Cool. About that courtesan killer. No need to waste more time with any pleasantries. I read your latest article on the courtesan killer case, and I have some questions. Oh, please do tell. Well, let's see. Seems strange that the letter was published the night after another slaying. Particularly when the letter itself indicates a lack of excitement, really. Truthfully, I did receive the letter sometime before the publishing last evening. I was hesitant to publish it at all, as you might have guessed. Why publish it now, then? There was no particular reason, I'm afraid. I just decided it was worth the risk. It looks uncharacteristically conflicted. If I had known another victim would arise on the same day as the printing, I would have waited. Or perhaps withheld it entirely. Yeah, my word on that. I don't care about the police. Why would the killer send your newspaper a letter? I understand why the killer, being proud of his dirty work, would send the letter to the press. But do you mean why the London Journal? Oh, you have a reputation for journalistic excellence. Or a reputation for scandal and glorifying of violent crimes. As to why it was penned in the first place, it's about control. The killer controls his victims' lives. And with the letter, controls how many police will chase him, as well as the narrative overall. Him? You must have someone pegged for it. Oh, yes. And I don't mind saying so. The letter said, I'm a proper beast and shan't ever be caged, so I thought to myself, but of course, it's a werewolf. Oh dear, that's quite an assumption to make. One of my many contacts is a man called Mr. Sykes. He's a Lycan, mind you, and he became rather agitated when I showed him the letter. You think he wrote it? I'm not sure, but I suspect Sykes for a number of reasons, not all of which I can share. Not until I put together the rest of my story, one that everyone will be reading when they do arrest the fellow. Did you take that letter to the police? Of course I did, after publishing, given the killer's threats. Anna fiddles awkwardly with her signet ring. Those fluid movements she displayed, but sorry, are nowhere to be seen. You can hardly blame her for being afraid. The police were grateful, naturally, as analyzing it will help them build their case. This could be vital in catching the culprit. Don't you worry about that the letter could incite fear more than anything, especially after Ariana's death? Of course she's worried, but she also knew it would result in the London Journal flying off the shelves. Well, it's a warning. The people need to be informed. But the city has been consumed with paranoia about this. Not everyone reads the news, Clara. I'm not sure I would use the word consumed. You'd certainly profit if the people were consumed by it. Alright, the choice to publish wasn't tasteful, I admit. But when Sykes is captured, everyone will breathe such a great sigh of relief it won't matter whatever shock tactics you think I might have used. Well, seems quite set on Sykes being the killer. Though the way he speaks does not particularly match the cadence of the letter. The more I investigate, the more I'm certain Sykes is not involved, particularly when it comes to that letter. Why is that? She gives me a queer look. I'd better be sure about this. Explain my reasoning. Very easy skill check. Yeah. Sykes is not a good match for the cadence of the letter. The patterns and the grammar are off. You said you copied down the letter exactly? What's wrong with the grammar? There isn't anything wrong with it, per se. After Beatrix, there's a little Sykes enjoyed more at the Rose than talking about himself. I could probably pen his biography. Yes, and? It's not as if he cannot write a well-tuned sentence, but without a single misspelling, nor a comma out of place. It simply sounds different from his usual mannerisms. Perhaps if Sykes consulted an editor before. But it's been staring me in the face all this time, of course. You penned the letter. Am I correct, Ivana? I don't know what memory I've hit upon, but it's reduced her voice to a raspy wisp. Why say it out loud when you already know? Though I suppose staying tight-lipped at this juncture wouldn't be a matter of journalistic integrity, but rather cowardice. Quite. Simply know this, it wasn't my choice. I'll not deny forging the letter, but please, I don't think it was because I take pleasure in subterfuge. For what purpose then? An order from her superiors to boost the paper's sales, or something more insidious than that? Then be my ally in this. I won't turn down any help. I want to help, but I'm in the same boat as you. If you really want more information on the case, Anna looks loath to say the next part. Take a look in your employer's flat. Madam Zora? It's on Cable Street, just past the orphanage. First brownstone you hit ground floor. Swing by when you get the chance. I'm sure a clever lady like you can find a way in. I suppose that's all I'm gonna learn from Ivana. We're gonna solve the murder mystery. Chat, we're doing great. Alright. Bacon! The black cat from Sora Square lounges about your suite as though he has always been here. Bacon! How'd you ever find your way in here? Getting cat hair off the furniture is gonna be a nightmare. I have a cat now. Look at his cute little face. It's almost winter. Cat's not gonna be shedding, and we'll be gone before too long. Let's not attempt to remove the cat from the sofa. We'll pet the cat. He's welcome on the sofa. Who's a good cat? Who belongs right on a sandwich with tomatoes? Really should find a snack. But I have bacon right here. I am really not planning on eating a cat as cute as he is. Let's see. Dressing table? Now, can't wallow in vanity. Aren't I supposed to have clothes here? Mayhaps sorry the concierge has him. Oh, by the by, a package has arrived. Let me try that again. Oh, by the by, a package just arrived for you. I've got it right here if you'd like to collect. A package from whom? It's from your friend Tanner Cunningham, it seems. I'll be the dress for this evening's soiree. Thank you, Zori. I'll take the package now if you like. Not a problem, Miss Reed. I hope Tanner's picked something reasonable. Whatever it is, I can head up to my room and put on the dressing table when I'm so inclined. Tanner will be waiting at the wharf, and we'll take the ferry to Braxton Manor from there. Is there anything else I can help you with? I'm good for now. Thank you, Sorry. Party costume. I mean, pretty flattering for a courtesan, I suppose. Let's not change just yet. We've got murderers to catch. I want to stay springy. Gentle vibes. Hello, finally managed to catch a stream again. I'll have to say this is half. That's half my fault. Hang on. I should put on my evening attire before leaving. I have to be wearing it in order to leave for the party, but I can always get dressed up later on. Yeah, so my work has an on-call schedule, and I'm not on call till next week, but the guy who is on call was a bit out of town, and so I got on called a couple of times. It's really butchered my morning schedule. I tried to work at night and show up first thing in the morning. It just doesn't work for me. Okay, Cable Street. That's where we're headed. But I did makeup streams, but they were probably long after you got off work. The door to Zora's flat. We're gonna sneak up on our boss. Not mostly mine, lol. If you have been super tired and only get half-hour breaks at the new place, oh, that's true. I hope you're enjoying it. This is the address I was looking for. Zora's flat. Locked, of course. Use the magic lockpick. Work like a charm. I suppose Miss Kemmeny's lockpick lives up to its reputation. I haven't read this one before. Madame Zora has more than enough capital to enjoy the niceties associated with the upper crust. Yeah, you wouldn't know from this, know this from a glance at her flat, which is the opposite of cozy. The furnishings and fixtures of her modest 3 rooms are a cut above the average tenement, but not lavish per se. Either Zora's much humbler than one might suspect, or she likes to play chameleon with her property. The barren decor suggests a woman lacking personality, but anyone who's spoken to Zora knows the opposite is true. Zora's well-heeled status does not align with the domestic simplicity around here. There's something insincere about the wooden picture frames and the chairs upholstered in drab and solid colors, as if she were concealing aspects of her character, aspects that'd otherwise be exposed if she had chosen a handcrafted, one-of-a-kind pieces for her home that she certainly could have afforded. The fatigue is not work-related, though. Still having withdrawal symptoms. The workload is much lower. That's nice. Boy, I wouldn't mind a low workload right about now. How have I been? I've been good. Or I think I've been good. It's weird. Like, there've been a lot of illnesses going around, and I felt like I got hit by them. And I feel better now, but I still have some weird symptoms. Once I've had a good look around, I shouldn't dally much longer. Tenner's waiting for me at the wharf. Oh, we will find the murderer. Such a large table. Does Zora have company often, or is it merely for show? An orchid. Orchids are notoriously fickle plants, but this one seems to be thriving. I know this variety. This particular variety serves as the national flower of Bruslavia. Oh no, the flus are mean. I'm really worried it's COVID, actually. I've got like this weird difficulty with certain tastes. A werewolf head. A severed and taxidermied head of a lycanthrope. It's not illegal to own such a thing, but unfortunately, it's absolutely nadir of bad taste. I've seen such grotesqueries hanging on the walls of wealthy before. Shrunken human heads, heads of minotaurs, kitsunes, and more besides. Oh, that is a random symptom for sure, right? Like, surely if it was COVID, I'd be feeling terrible in all sorts of other ways. It appears Zora has an interest in penny dreadfuls. Ooh, a telegram. Here lies a telegram addressed to Madame Zora. Yeah, we're going to read that. To the distinguished Miss Zora Levick. Lord Silas Braxton Bragg requests the pleasure of your company at an evening party. 7:30 on October 31st. Aperitifs and digestives to be served. Neat. An unrolling of an acquisition from Thebes will entertain guests at 9:30, followed by a captivating and Revelatory demonstration by Lord Braxton regarding his latest discoveries in the field of medical research. We unite in the name of progress and innovation. With kind regards, the estate of Lord Braxton. Zora would most certainly wish to attend such an exclusive party. No wonder she isn't home. She must have already left for Braxton Manor. I should meet with Tenor when I'm done here and make my way to Braxton Manor as well. Ruins at dusk. Such artwork does line up with Zora being the pensive sort. Details in these plates are quite precise. No wonder they're on display. Oh, a flask in the bathroom. A flask of laudanum, nearly full. Zora uses it to sleep. Mine now. Everyone could use a bit of relief now and again. Check the perfume bottle. Fleur de Bulgari. The same perfume used by Queen Victoria, if you believe the adverts. Titch ostentatious, but I must admit. Yeah, let's have a sniff, shall we? Oh, it must be a favorite of Madame Zora. I recall smelling the scent over the velvet rose. Bergamot, musk, and roses. Surprisingly crisp scent. Mine now. We're not coming back. We're mugging this lady. This game is very quickly capturing your interest as a Victorianist. Oh, well, yeah, this is Victorian London. And it's actually, it does a really good job capturing the Victorian London era. We're basically hunting Jack the Ripper. Some combination of him and, I'm trying to remember. But you know how, like, in Victorian London, there were murders for, like, medical experiments? I don't know much more than that. The view is not particularly scenic, though it can hardly be helped with the sprawling orphanage across the way monopolizing most of it. Still, Zora's done quite well for herself. Crisp, clean linens. Not a wrinkle in sight. It seems Zora is as exacting in her private life as she is at the Rose. Alright. Ooh, what's this portrait of? Oh, it's on the other side of the wall. Ooh, resurrectionist, right? The engraving on the frame claims this to be Slavko II. What a dour-looking fellow. Burke and Hare, yes! The most famous duo. That's who I was thinking of. Have you ever read the webcomic Hark a Vagrant? She does some hilarious, well, she used to do hilarious, like, historical cartoons, and she had a good one about Burke and Hare. No, you haven't heard of it? It's good. I would recommend it. I'd look it up right now, but I should stream. Zora's writing desk, it's practically crying out to be searched. Yeah, let's have ourselves a rummage, shall we? Oh, that's right. I'm a member of your Discord. I'll post a link to that particular comic later. Nothing here but old correspondence. I don't know the language on some of these letters. But it hardly matters. The cursive is practically illegible. Man, that was probably the thing. Well, what do we have here? This door is more heavily constructed than the rest of the house, and it's padlocked shut. That's truly unnerving. I suppose there are perfectly innocent reasons one might need a padlocked door, though I must say they escape me right now. Whatever I do here, I best be careful. I don't want Madame Zora knowing that someone was here snooping around the place. Yeah, like I'm gonna do anything other than use Aunt Selina's enchanted lockpick. Seems to be a perfect fit. I hear the driver pin slide into alignment. Yeah, that did the trick. Saints above! What a decidedly awful sight. No doubt about it, a prison cell of some kind. The floor has been gouged repeatedly here by someone or something. Very strong and highly motivated. A salve specifically made for werewolves to ease the unbearable itching and other symptoms of transformation they suffer from time to the full moon. The chemist will only provide this with a physician's note. Inspect the label. Damn it, I can't read. Can't make out the name on the label. It's worn away and all smeared with the salve. This sheds some light on why Zora's been keeping a secret cell in the back of her flat. The jar's nearly used up. Is Madame Zora a werewolf? Wonder if the werewolf's called Wagner, the famous penny blood. That was a famous penny blood. The only werewolf we've met is Sykes, that we know of. I'm wondering, if Zora's a werewolf or if she's just keeping one here. A set of chains and manacles are bolted to the wall. These aren't remnants of times gone by. There's a little rust, and the cuffs are shiny with recent use. Let's peer out the window. A barred window looking out onto the street. The bars are on the inside of the glass. This room's is nobody's idea of a private getaway, but I'm sure it's more comfortable than a cell block at the tower. But why would Zora keep someone in here? And who would it be? One of the girls? A John? Herself? A lumpy flophouse mattress, which has certainly seen better days. Are those saliva stains? Drool? Or perhaps it's been chewed. No need to get any closer to that thing. I've got exactly as much fleas as I need. Can we close the door and lock it up again? I feel like she's definitely gonna know someone was here. Alright. We should go to Lord Braxton's party. I'm curious about all sorts of things. Maybe Madame Zora is a werewolf. Maybe Braxton knows this. Maybe the advance in medical science is her not turning into a werewolf on a full moon, which I'm pretty sure is tonight. I don't think the game explicitly said it, but if the party's on Halloween, it is Halloween. Werewolves are flocking to the containment zone. Like tonight is werewolf night. I believe various things are going to hit various fans. Luckily, I've got a few.